And go ahead. So the battery is at this level of the car. It's actually lower than the center point of the wheel. And the battery's heavy, a couple thousand pounds. So the stability of the car is unbelievable. It really handles, the people who do these tests, they say it has the same center of gravity as a new Corvette. And because the motor's back here, this is all area you can put luggage and cargo and that type of thing. But you also can do the same here. In fact, there's two seats back here that fold in. If you have two kids, you have jump seats. So this car actually seats 7. I'm not selling the car, but I just want people to understand this is a car that is it's really revolutionary and different in a lot of ways than cars that we're used to, without the compromises. So it's an expensive car. It's in the same sort of category as a Mercedes or a BMW. It has a world-beating range. No other electric car has a range that's this wide. It's 265 mile range on one charge. And then it's safe. It's incredibly safe. The National Traffic Safety Highway people who test this thing, they couldn't flip it. When they do the crumple tests, there's huge crumple zones there because there is no engine in the front. It got the best safety rating of any car ever tested. Sounds good. Consumer Reports, best car it is ever tested. 99 out of a possible 100. That's amazing. Motor Trend, Car of the Year. Automobile Magazine, Car of the Year. Stock price, through the roof. Right? Electric cars, sales, growing really, really fast. This is a cumulative chart, so it tends to grow. But the rate of growth of electric cars is twice as fast as hybrid cars when they were first introduced 20 years ago. So compare the first 24 months of those two technologies coming to market, and electric cars seem to be getting better traction. So I think we can get to 100% clean energy. And it's because we can all be this happy couple today. There's nothing stopping us from buying one of these Leafs and getting solar panels on our roof, and we'll save money doing it. No real sacrifice in lifestyle. It's the convergence of solar technology with transportation technology that take most of your energy needs and solve them in a clean way. So those of you that are in the power business right now, you're like ready to come up and tackle me, because there are issues with solar and wind, right? They're intermittent. At nighttime, when the wind's not blowing, you get nothing, 0. So you do have to have other sources of energy, absolutely. But the industry is heading to a place where you're going to have vehicle-to-grid technology. And this means when you plug your car into the wall, there's software that talks to the grid, and you've got an arrangement with the utility, and they're going to pay you, they're going to leave your car charged 95% all the time, but they'll use the top 5% willy-nilly as they need. And as they use it, it'll be tracked, and then you'll get a check at the end of every month from the utility for having essentially been a part of our grid and providing a service. And the service you're providing is stabilizing when there's gyrations in power that's being used and being generated, which always have to equal. That's happening right now anyway. And utilities manage that. It's a very complicated thing to manage. But it's going to be a lot easier if you have millions of batteries and cars plugged in all around that charge as part of their routine that will help you draw power whenever you need it or put it back when you don't. And so the grid is going to be a lot more stable as a result of electric cars and this technology. So it's not here today, but it's coming. And there are already successful tests. So the technology exists. It's the deployment cars, and the development, the further development of software that's needed. So that's a big deal. And if we've got a path to 100% clean energy, that's what I want to talk about. Until we get to that point, remember, wind energy is only like 5%, solar is a fraction of 1% in this country. And there have been many, many studies that show that you can add up to 30% of wind and solar on a grid, and it's completely manageable without excessive cost of any type. And there are countries like Germany and Denmark and others who are at that level, and states like Iowa, South Dakota. So we have a bright future for clean energy, and I'm just going to now quickly talk about the other ways that we interact with energy, and we can do better because of these great new technologies. Thermal imaging is a new tool that energy auditors have to look at your house and figure out where the leaks are coming from. So we can reduce energy use that way. LED light bulbs, they used to cost $40, they're like $8 now. That's terrific, that's a great development. The return on investment with an LED light bulb is really high. You're saving about 80% of your energy use. All of the labels and standards that the government sets up, federal government, for our benefit, help us understand which products use how much energy and then how much money we can save by implementing. And that's a really important thing that we need. We need those standards, building standards, product standards. And then there's smart thermostats. They save energy, they save money, they're smart. So in summary, we can do better with clean energy. Individuals save money, it's more convenient, and it fills a need for things that we use today. Industries are going to get a low-cost source of energy, proven technology, fixed pricing, utility scale. It works, and it's working. You made it. We're now ready to talk about the new energy ethic. I think the previous part of this is really just to frame up what's possible, and that's half the battle, is for all of us to understand what the status is of the energy industry and what's possible. The new energy ethic is not at all new. My use of that term is different. So 92% of Americans, when polled by the Yale Communications Center, have said that they want the President and the Congress to make clean energy a priority. You can see the energy ethic at work, decades of work by the Sierra Club, by our own Southern Environmental Law Center, Appalachian Voices. People have really rallied around stopping the construction of new coal plants because we have other options, or, frankly, shutting down old coal plants that had zero emissions controls. So over 100 coal plants shut down that had no emissions controls whatsoever, and that's hard work. So if you really have an energy ethic, before these products came along that I've been talking about, the way you expressed that was support a nonprofit, you're going to vote maybe a certain way, but you're really talking about changing the system. It's not easy to change the system. And I think what's terrifically exciting about these new products is that now we can express our energy ethic with products we can buy and save money. And that's direct action. You don't have to ask anybody. And no regulators, nothing. You can just go and buy what works for you. And so it's pretty simple. I think the energy ethic today is that now that we have these solutions, we should act quickly to deploy them. I'm not going to yell that. It's in the presentation later if you want to download it. So why does it matter? Why do the ethics matter? Carl Pope, who was the recent president of the Sierra Club, said that ethics are foundational. They determine how everything turns out. I think that's true, really. What you believe, it's impacting your behavior. That's how outcomes happen. Ethics are foundational. And now we know if we can get to a clean energy future, what would it really look like? I think it's terrific, right? Domestic energy, energy security, terrific job growth. These technologies produce more jobs than their conventional energy counterparts per unit energy. So lots and lots of domestic job growth. But we're going to have to give up some stuff. We can't have any more mountaintop removal, mining, none of that, or no more particulate emissions, no more smog, gotta stop the smog, no more nuclear meltdowns or toxic waste, no more fracking water usage, a lot of water used for fracking for natural gas. We'd have no more water pollution from fracking, no more seismic issues, no more mercury emissions. So 72% of the mercury emissions are coming from coal power plants that exist, and that gets in your food. How does that? Can't eat tuna anymore if you're pregnant. When did we decide? I mean, it'd be great to have no more mercury emissions. No more oil wars, oil imports. You know, we might have to import some oil for plastics and that type of thing, but for general energy use, if we really get to 100% clean energy, all this stuff could happen. No more commodity price swings, no more tar sands, no more tailpipe emissions. And this one really is amazing. You think about where we live, the biggest population centers. We have 4, 6, 8-lane highways going both directions full. You fly over a big city, all you see mornings, evenings is just a stream of cars going in and out. And they're all bringing with them, you know, emissions that are just unhealthy. We don't need that. We do not have that anymore. And then 0 gallons of water use. This one is staggering. To me, approximately half of all the water that's used in this country is for thermal electricity generation. So that's nuclear, natural gas, coal, they're all using steam generated turbines, and it's something that we would not have in the future in a 100% clean energy scenario. So this clean energy is clean, it is cheap, it is domestic energy, and it is scaling up. And I think we should act. I think it's time. I think we should. First thing you do, the best payback is just insulate your house. Turn out the lights when you leave the room. A lot of this stuff doesn't cost any money, right? Choose Energy Star to save money. Vote. You know, clean energy is patriotic. It represents energy independence. And then vote with your wallet. All these products we were talking about, solar panels, electric cars, going to save you money. So as far as next steps, I think we need to kind of share our energy effort. The success of the clean energy story is really worth telling, and I think how we think and talk about energy is important. It represents our ethic, and the politics and the policy will follow the people. So if you want to download this presentation later today, we'll have it up on this website.